Hello guys, welcome to another video on sorry for that, AWS Certified Solutions Architect, and this is for the associate level. And in this video we are going to go over CloudWatch, and we are also going to do a lab at the end of this video on CloudWatch. And what is CloudWatch? So CloudWatch is a monitoring service to monitor your AWS resources like EC2, S3 buckets, any of those services that you can use, Lambda, Aurora, um, VPC, any resources that AWS has, as well as the applications that you run on AWS. And CloudWatch monitor performance. CloudWatch can monitor things like EC2 AutoScaling Groups, Elastic Load Balancer, the Route53 Health checks, Um, and that is for compute and for storage and content delivery. It can monitor EBS, EBS volumes, storage gateways, and CloudFront. And for host level metric, they consist of the CPU. If you want to take a look at the CPU utilization, you can do that. The network, the packets coming in and out, the disk, and the status check. And like always, in every certification, there is always a confusion um, on terms. And for this AWS certification, there's a lot of people get confused with CloudWatch and CloudTrail. Okay, so the way to distinguish those is that CloudWatch is for um, monitor, right? They monitor performance, and CloudTrail, they are like surveillance cameras. They just watch the user's activity. Okay, so CloudTrail, like I said, they are like surveillance cameras. Increases the visibility into your user and resource activity by recording AWS Management Console actions and API calls. You can identify which users and accounts call AWS, the source IP address from which the calls were made, and when the calls occurred as well. So the difference between CloudWatch and CloudTrail, like I said, CloudWatch monitors performance, and CloudTrail monitors API calls in the AWS platform. So they track user activity for CloudTrail, and CloudWatch monitors performance. Just remember that. Okay. Um, so since you guys know what CloudTrail is and CloudWatch is, and the difference between those two, let's go ahead and do a CloudWatch um, lab. So we are going to go into the AWS Management Console and to go into CloudWatch. But before we do that, we need to go into the EC2. And from the EC2, we are going to launch a new instance. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Select that instance. We're going to click on Next. And from over here, configure the instance. We want to um, enable the CloudWatch detail monitoring. This has additional charges, so you got to make sure that you have the money to pay for it. And what this does is that instead of every 5 minutes, which is the default, is we are going to get detail monitoring, which is every 1 minute. So every 1 minute is going to refresh, and we're going to see activity every 1 minute instead of every 5 minutes, like like it is a default. All right, so let's go ahead and click on. We are going to go ahead and click on next. We're not going to add any storage. We're going to add a tag, and we're going to add a name, and we can just add cloud watch EC2. Next, we're now going to configure any groups in here. Review and launch. And from over here, I'm going to use the existing key that I have. I'm going to acknowledge that I still have it. Okay, and now let's go ahead and view instances. And you can see that instance is being launch, so it is pending. And what I want to do right now is I need to know my instance ID. So what I want to do, I want to go down here and I want to copy my instance ID and I want to just open Leafpad and paste it there because I'm going to need it whenever I'm going to configure the CloudWatch. So as you can see, it is pending and you could also monitor your, now it is running, that was fast, good. You can monitor your activity from over here. This is also CloudWatch, but it doesn't give you all the metrics that you want. They are just limited monitoring that it gives you over here. It doesn't give you everything that the CloudWatch does. So let's go ahead and go to CloudWatch, and I'm going to use the other tab right here. We are going to go to CloudWatch, and let's go back for that. Let's go ahead to AWS, so you can see where CloudWatch actually resides. If you go ahead into Management and Governance, and there it is, the second option is CloudWatch. And what we want to do is we want to create a alarm. So we are going to go into alarms and we are going to create a new alarm. We are going to set the metric over here and it's going to be an EC2 metric per instance metric. And we need to select the metric, the instance ID, right? And that's why I copied over here. It is the 75F one. So if we go to the 75F, the one that ends in F, I cannot find it here for some reason. Let's go ahead and just do copy this. There we go. And now we can find it. And the one that I want to do for the metric, I want to do the CPU utilization for this instance ID. And this is the instance that I'm running. I can verify by going to the next tab. There we go. 6275F, 6275F. Yep, that's the correct one. We're going to select next. We are going to leave it as CPU utilization for the metric name. That's fine. And for the threshold type, it's going to be static. And I want to do whenever the CPU is at greater or equal than 90%, right? And let's go ahead to additional. And I wanted to say that um, what this means is that for 1 minute, out of 1 minute, it will send an alarm. So every minute, out of 1 minute, it will send me an alarm. Okay. Now let's go ahead and click next. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a new topic. And the new topic for this is going to be um, must be a unique name. So we're going to say just CPU utilization over 90. That's what we're going to call it. Um, it needs to be unique, I guess. So let's go ahead and put it. What about that? Does that work? Yep, that works. There we go. And now you need to put the email that you want to use, the email address that you want to use for the endpoint to receive the notification. And I created a Gmail for this. It is a really funny Gmail that I have or that I created just for this video. And it is Bitcoin Asker BTC at gmail.com. And yes, I like Bitcoin. So Bitcoin Asker BTC. That's the one that I created. Bitcoin Asker BTC at gmail.com. And that's where I'm going to receive the notification whenever the CPU utilization on my EC2 goes, it's either at 90% or goes over 90%. Okay, so we're going to create that topic. There we go. It has been created. In the action, you can also add an action. You can either stop the instance whenever it is at 90 or over 90%. You can terminate the instance whenever it is at 90 or over 90%, or you can reboot the instance. We're not going to add any action. We're just going to leave it like that. Let's go ahead and click. Let's go ahead and remove it. Let's go ahead and select next, and let's go ahead and say the name for the alarms: CPU utilization over 90. You can add the same name for the description. Click next, and there we go. It is done. Let's go ahead and create the alarm. There we go. The alarm has been created. We have insufficient data because we're actually not we are not using that instance right now. So what we want to do is we want to connect to that instance, and I'm going to connect to it. I need to go into my downloads so I can get my key to work. There we go. Say yes. And we're now going to connect. There we go. We are connected into my EC2 now. And what I want to do is that I want to um, create an infinite loop to max out my EC2. So then I could get that email from Amazon. So let's go ahead and do that. And the way that you could do that is by doing a do while true do echo done. And there we go. As you can see, it is just flashing over here because it is an infinite loop, and that's going to use my CPU. Um, it is going to hit my CPU really hard. So if you go into my monitoring right here, and if you go into refresh, you can see that my CPU utilization just spiked, right? So it is spiking right now. And if you go into CloudWatch Management, you can see that we have created one, and we have um, the alarms. So if you go into the alarms, CPU over, as you can see right here, it is only at 7.96. So it is saying that it is pending, so I need to confirm that from my email. So I'm going to receive an email from Amazon, and I need to confirm that. So if I move my email over here, you can see that I need to confirm that subscription. And there we go, it has been confirmed. So now I can just move it over here. And after that has been confirmed, if we go back to CloudWatch, and if we do a refresh, let's go ahead and back to CloudWatch. My infinite loop is still running. That's good. Let's go ahead into that instance. Let's go ahead and see that CPU. You can see that CPU is spiking. I believe it is saying that it is at 98.85. So it did go over the 90 that I set up to be. You can see right here, it is spiking still. It is a little bit delayed on my CloudWatch. Let's go ahead and refresh this. CPU utilization. It is at 36 right now, so it is climbing. So for the data points, it sets within 5 minutes. So if we go, let's go ahead and go into that alarms again. And let's go ahead and click on that alarm. Let's go ahead and edit this alarm because I think I put 5 minutes. I want to put 1 minute. And as you can see, that is way over when I put 1 minute. Update that alarm. There we go. Let's go ahead to my alarm. You can see that it's spiked all the way up there. dashboards. So we still gotta wait like a minute because you can see the CPU utilization is at 98.9. So it did go over. And after a minute, it should send an alarm. It should send me an email. So let's go ahead and just give it a minute. There we go. It is at 99.7 right now. And it should send me an alarm anytime soon. So let's just give it a, like I said, we gotta wait a minute. So it needs to stay over 90% at 90% or over 90% for a minute so it can send me an alarm. There we go. If we refresh, you can see that I got an alarm. There's one alarm for the EC2. There's an alarm on that because it did go over 90%. So I receive an alarm. And if I show you, I receive an alarm. I receive an email from AWS. It is saying you're receiving this email because your Amazon CloudWatch alarm CPU utilization over 90 in the U.S. East Virginia region has entered the alarm state because threshold crossed one of the last one data points. So it did go over. If it is at 100% right now, was greater than equal to the threshold that we set, which was 90. So as you can see, CPU utilization and all of that good stuff. So it did go over 90% with that infinite loop, and we did receive a notification. So now we can just go ahead and do a Control C to stop it. So this is it for this video, guys. I just wanted you guys to see how you can set up a CloudWatch alarm and see it work live. And this is it for this video, guys. And if you guys enjoy this video or enjoy this lab, why don't you guys go ahead and not subscribe to my channel, and also follow me on Twitter at CCNA Daily Tips. This is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye bye.